Hey guys, Joe from RC Grid, and today I'm showing you guys my finished TLR 22 2.0. Now this car has been complete for about 3 months now. I actually posted pictures of it 3 months ago on rctech.net with this body on it. This is the Proline Bulldog body, and it also had white wheels on it with electrons. So you guys may or may not have seen that in the RC Tech forum if you guys follow that thread. Anyways, I've been waiting to put a video out in this car for a little while because I've been changing the electronics layout constantly, so I didn't want to post a video and then next week something major changes on it. Then you guys keep seeing this thing in a different layout, so I've hit pretty much at a point where I like it and I'm not going to change it again. So anyways, this is a cab forward body on it, and this thing was a pain to fit. I had to completely resolder and redo the electronics and reconfigure them just to get this body to fit on it. Also, you guys can probably see that this car definitely isn't new. I've run this the last 3 weeks in a row at my local clay track, and as you guys can see, I've had to reglue these tires a bunch of different times just because when you're running slicks in a clay track, you get so much grip that it just rips the tire off the bead of the wheel, so that's why everything looks a little bit beat up. For actual changes in the car, I'll show you guys a close-up image of this, but I've changed the aluminum rear hub carrier from the plastic one. I broke the plastic one early on, and I just wanted to upgrade to aluminum because all my other race vehicles have aluminum hub carriers on them, and I just thought I'd be doing myself a favor. However, with the aluminum hub carriers, I noticed there is a slight increase in slop over the plastic ones. The plastic ones, believe it or not, had virtually no slop, but this is only just a minor bit of slop, and I don't think it will be affecting anything. The other piece I'm waiting for in the mail is the aluminum rear camber block. I've broken the plastic one a bunch of different times, 2 times to be exact. As you guys can see, it just tears right there every time and it rips the ball stud off. And this part is a pain to replace, and I just want to upgrade to the aluminum one so I really don't have to worry about it. However, with those 2 aluminum parts I had in, there is going to be a weight change, so pretty soon in the future I'm going to be doing a video on weight loss. I'm going to be adding some more titanium pieces, although I already do have the Lunsford titanium turnbuckles. My setup hasn't changed at all, honestly. From the minute I built the kit, I just set it up by feel, and it's basically worked out fine on the track. Obviously, I had to change some minor things in the shocks, but other than that, it's been great. I'm really impressed with the slipper setup and all that, and the transmission. This car is really quiet, except for the out-of-balance tires, but other than that, I'm really happy with this car. Alright guys, so I just went ahead and took the body off. As you guys can see, this is my electronics layout. I had to solder these wires back here really tight to get the cab forward body to sit. Anyways, I'm running the Orion R10.1 Pro that was generously donated to me by Team Orion, and I purchased their 7.5 turn VST2 motor. I wouldn't change a single thing with my electronics setup. I've got as much power as I could possibly need, and it's really smooth sensored setup, so I'm really happy with this. And also you guys can see that I extended the capacitor wire, and the capacitor is sitting all the way up here. I just used some servo wire to run it all the way up here. I didn't really have anywhere to put it back here with this body, so putting it up front was kind of the better solution. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but my switch is mounted to the can of the motor. Also, you guys can tell that for mounting the battery, I'm using the Exotech setup. I'm using their battery mount along with their ESC tray. And I have no complaints with this setup. I really like it. And one thing about my electronics setup that's completely different from everyone else's is I'm actually running DIN connectors. Although everyone just plugs in the leads right into the terminals in the battery, I always hate doing that because I'd be afraid that I'd, plug it in the opposite way and then I'd smoke the ESC. So instead of risking that, I just soldered up some DIN connectors. They fit nice and snug in the chassis, and I have no problems with those. I also have this little balance lead soldered on, just because, once again, I don't like messing with the terminals in the battery. Another thing that's changed from the original picture that I took is the actual receiver itself. I'm running the new Futaba receiver, their micro receiver that doesn't have an antenna wire, so now I don't have to worry about an external antenna getting like ripped off from the body or anything like that. And the range and the reception is absolutely fine in this receiver. I had no problems with it. We'll see how it works on the outdoor track. So that's pretty much my electronic setup. Servo, by the way, is the Spectrum S6040. Love this servo. I would have gone with the Savox. I always use Savox except for the Spectrum servo is the only servo that I knew would work with the Exotech bell crank, so I just went with a safe bet. So anyways, I'm going to zoom you guys out real quick, and I'm going to turn everything on. As you guys can see, the servo is really fast, and I'm going to give it some throttle, and it's going to be loud just because my tires are out of balance, but you guys can see those tires ballooning. There's a lot of horsepower coming from this electronic setup, so I absolutely love the way this thing handles in the track, and I couldn't be happier with everything. So that's pretty much it for today, guys. Thanks for watching, and please rate, comment, or subscribe.